In today's video, we're going to be going over the 7 things that you need to know before you move to the Virginia Beach or Hampton Roads area. So let's get to it. Hey, what's going on everybody? Aaron and
Russell Bryant with Creed Realty.
And we're here back once again with another video. So if you are looking to either move, relocate, or just learn more about the area before you do move here, then make sure you click the subscribe button, notification bell, so you get notified when we make these new videos. And if you are looking for someone to help you when you are moving to this area, we'll leave the information somewhere on screen, and Russell will be able to take care of you. We'll both help out in that process. So with that being said, let's jump into the 7 things. And just keep in mind, like, these are just things that we kind of brainstormed and also did some crowdsourcing to figure out, what are some locals saying that, they would want to know before they were to move here. So I guess the first one that we came up with was going to be just the wide range of just the different types of lifestyles that are in the area.
Yeah, so we've got properties all over the place, from oceanfront condos and houses to large rural plots of land where you can have horses and things of that nature out in the country. We really do have a little bit of everything from suburban to some inner city loft and condo living here at Town Center. We've got some great stuff there. But there's a little bit of something for everybody, whether it's just waterfront, lakefront, golf courses. We got golf courses. You can name it. We probably have it here, with the exception of mountains. That's the only thing we don't, Mount Trashmore.
We'll put a little video of Mount Trashmore. We'll have to do a whole other tour of Mount Trashmore. But I think like the closest is like if you drive a little bit north, like you can maybe
2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty notable to say that going to each portion, whether it is the rural or more city to the beachfront, it's relatively close, like 15-20 minute drive sometimes.
It is. Everything's pretty close by. It's not too bad unless there's an accident or something. We're good to go.
The traffic gets pretty crazy. So that's kind of transition into the next one, or a little bit further down. But the next point, number 2, is jet noise. And Russell was telling me before this video, there's like crash zones where you kind of have to look out for. So maybe you touch on that a little bit.
I don't know about so much looking out for, but you definitely want to keep it in mind. So you have jet noise zones, and they range anywhere from 0 up to 75 decibels. Pretty self-explanatory. The higher the number, the louder the jet noise. Those of us who are in the area tend to learn to accept it or deal with it. Yeah, unless you're outside on the phone when one of them passes over. It's something that kind of just goes by. And they are pretty cognizant of the times of day they fly. But that is one of the things that you'll see when you go to buy property here. They all will, should they fall on one of those zones, have a level of noise that corresponds with that area. And in addition to that, those properties that are closer to the actual takeoff and landing spots for a lot of the bases are going to have what we call a crash zone. It's an APZ clear zone, APZ1, APZ2. Clear zone is actually the worst. That's within so many yards of the actual runway. And then the APZ1 is a little bit further out, APZ2 is further than that. But that will affect your homeowner's insurance, because if a jet can crash into your home,
you should have insurance for that.
You should have insurance for that.
Yeah, I think it's funny too, because there's, in the area, they've kind of commercialized the whole thing to where it's like, there's like bumper stickers and shirts that say like, I love jet noise. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Personally, like I've learned to phase it out. The third point that we're touching on is flooding. So it actually rained a lot last night. On the way into the office, I was like, wow, this is not good.
We're in the monsoon season here in Virginia Beach, and actually we've had a lot of rain. We're supposed to have more tomorrow, but yes, so there are areas that do flood. We did have an area in the last 3 years specifically that we hadn't had a lot of flooding in before, and we had a lot of damage from that. A lot of new things that came about because of it. FEMA has done some tweaking of our flood maps in our actual local area. And that's something you always want to be cognizant about. Any good real estate agent should be able to quickly give you a determination of where your flood risk falls. And you want to keep that in mind, because should you buy a property that may be at the top of your actual price point, the last thing you want to do is to have a flood insurance premium on top of that you can't afford to pay. And it's worth noting that you do have to carry flood insurance for the entire length of your actual mortgage. Once your mortgage is paid off, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to carry any kind of protection. But up until that point, they do require you to carry it if it's a requirement.
So jumping into number 4, we have tourism. Huge in this area. I think one of the probably most like the busiest beaches on the East Coast, outside of like Myrtle Beach and things like that. So just definitely something to look, well, maybe not look forward to, but towards like the ocean front and like the bay as well. Definitely keeping in mind like that comes with traffic, that comes with busyness, that comes with a ton of people. If you are in the area, let's say you are looking to move here and you want to find a little bit more of a local beach, like where could, outside of the main like oceanfront beaches, where do you think are some places that can go?
There's Sandbridge. Everyone loves Sandbridge. It's gorgeous out there. Parking is a little more limited, but a lot more free, which is great. There are some paid areas. You've got a great park out there too, a nice big state park out there. And you've got a great fishing pier there as well. Also the Narrows area, that whole area over in there is a great area. You'll learn as you start to look a little bit more into our city that there are definitely spots that the locals like to frequent, especially during tourism season. The oceanfront can get a bit congested, and to be honest with you, the majority of us try to stay away from there during that time. We just like to enjoy our beaches just like everybody else, and we're cognizant of the fact that those people coming in are helping us keep those beaches.
And we'll obviously, really quick reminder, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, definitely do so, because we're going to go out into the field, we'll say, and show you guys some of these secret spots and where you guys can come, even if you are looking to just travel to the area. So the next one, which kind of talked about a little bit earlier, is the traffic, which also goes with like tolls and just things to look out for. It does.
So our traffic in the area, we've went through some I would say we've went through some ups and downs, is a good way to put it at. We've expanded our main thoroughfare that goes to the oceanfront. That's now 4 lanes on both sides all the way down to the oceanfront in an effort to get more traffic down there. Some of our feeder roads and things on the side are a little squirrely, I guess is the best word to describe it. And then we do have a lot of ongoing construction right now. But we do have an expansion going on at the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. We do have an expansion going on at Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. And those expansions will add tolls, but they'll allow you to essentially HOV out of there. So you can either have enough people in the car to not pay a toll, or you can pay that toll and get the hell out of the Dodge before it's too late. Make sure you meet your appointments.
Huge like notable thing that if you are moving to the area, anytime you're looking to go a little bit more north, make sure that you're not leaving on like the holiday that you're trying to travel on, or even the first couple of days, because you'll literally sit in traffic I've sat in traffic for hours at some point too.
And the HOVs are free, well, they're open for motorcycles all the time, which is good to know. And cars, of course, you need to have 2 or more people, unless it's an electric car. Electric cars get it out as well. So.
Interesting, I know that.
It's a new reason to get a Tesla. And Mr. Musk, if you would like to sponsor this.
We're looking for sponsors for the next couple episodes.
We're looking for matching white Tesla Model Ys, Performance Edition.
So we touched on this one earlier too. Weather.
Yes.
How do you describe the weather in the area? It's
our weather here is just like the ever-changing seasons. So we have everything from, so I guess a little bit, depending on where you're coming from, if you're already on the East Coast, you're familiar with the dreaded humidity, the hair killer for women. It takes it from here and brings it nice and flat. So women always complain about our humidity here. But at the same token, it does actually make it feel a little bit hotter than it really is here. So while our summers are pretty mild in comparison to somewhere like Florida, it still is very hot and thick. The air is thick here in the summertime. Now, that doesn't mean if you're out by the bay or the beach, you get a nice breeze, of course. We do tend to carry a pretty good breeze almost year-round. But we do have some rather rough winters, and then we've been through a series of almost 3 mild winters this year. We haven't even had any snow in, I think, about 2 years or 3 years.
There was like that big snowstorm that was like a couple inches, like 2 or 3.
It was like 3 inches, and everybody acted like it was
business was shut down.
That's what encouraged me to get a truck, and I've never had to use it since.
All right, well, this is awkward. So 2 days after we recorded the video that said
we haven't even had any snow in, I think, about 2 years. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
How do you think people handle snow here?
They don't.
Yo, I just got snow in my face.
Prime example right there. You have one little snowball hit the back of his neck.
Usually, you don't have to worry about snow, but if we do get it, it's like this one time a year. And it's like, what, like 3 inches, 4 inches, something like that. Nothing crazy.
tomorrow will be an entirely different story after it drops to 20 degrees and all this stuff turns to ice.
If it does snow here in Virginia Beach, probably stay home because it gets kind of crazy.
There you go.
And there's already
already rearing somebody.
All right, y'all, back to the video.
That's definitely something we go through here. We do have rainy seasons just like everybody else, of course.
Yeah.
Typical ebbs and flows of, I would say, the seasons that you were going to experience on the East Coast.
But then we have hurricanes too, so that's
kind
of the negative
that
part.
That one's a little different. So we actually have been really, really lucky as
this
a
year.
city. We've had some hurricanes come kind of skirt us, but not direct hit us. So that is something that is you have to keep in mind. That is part of the living at the beach. Yeah,
I think 3 years ago it was like 80 degrees on Christmas.
It
and
was.
Then it was like super cold in summer. So it's really all over the place. You'll have like 80-degree days, and the next day it's 20 degrees. Like it's all over the place. So I think the last one that we'll touch on, I guess point number 7, is just the military bases. We're local to, I think we were talking like 2 or 3 like in Virginia Beach, or half in Virginia Beach.
Yep.
And then Norfolk is the largest Navy base in the country, I believe.
I believe so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've got a lot of military people here. That does bring a lot of people into our area. It also helps to keep our market pretty stable because we always have that kind of in and out of people moving in and out of places. But it's always a good thing for us. You know, we love our military. It's one of the biggest parts of our community, and that's a good thing if you're looking for that, community feel from military, or you are military or prime military. There are tons of people here who are retired, active, and reserves? Yeah, reserves. One day I'll learn these things, but
and that's that goes directly to just to be careful when you are choosing where to live, staying up to date with what the different neighborhood reviews that we do, so that okay, like this is the relation. If you are, let's say, in Virginia Beach and you have to commute to whatever base it is, we can give you the best ways to go, average commute times, as well as like making sure to keep the traffic in mind when you are going, as long as you have to commute. But I think that's the main ones, the 7 points. So with that being said, that'll do it for this video for today. If you guys are looking to move or relocate to the area, again, we'll leave all the information on screen to get in contact with us, and we can at least point you in the right direction. It's not like we're gonna hard sell anybody into anything, just giving you information based on what you need. And we're gonna be extremely consistent on this channel over 2021 and obviously within the future. So if you do want to stay up to date with everything that you need to know about living in Virginia Beach, as well as Hampton Roads, we can cover Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, all the other places in and around Virginia Beach. So with that being said, guys, we'll see you on the next video. And if you need anything, just let us know.